A lot of us love going out to the bars after a long day at work or just to go catch up with some friends and have a few drinks. It's something many Americans love to do, including myself, and it's part of our culture. Even though alcohol is an addictive substance and can lead to many negative side effects such as alcoholism, drunk driving, weight gain, etc., this substance is legal in the entirety of the country. Now, what if I told you there's another substance which is less dangerous and less addictive than alcohol, is quite popular with many people across the country and is used recreationally, and also has some health benefits as well, but it is illegal? I'm talking, of course, about marijuana. Hi, my name is Nathan Shirley, and today I'd like to talk to you about, first, the need for full legalization of marijuana, second, how can it positively affect our prison systems, and finally, how the legalization of marijuana can be a boon for the economy. And I'll begin by talking about the need for full legalization of marijuana. People all over the country take part in smoking marijuana. As a college student of the last 4 years, I can personally tell you it's very common practice and it's quite popular. However, it's also dangerous, as you can get in serious trouble if caught with the substance. For example, in the state of Tennessee, if you're caught with even a half ounce of marijuana, it could go down as a felony charge, and that's on your record forever. It is for this reason many people must take part in this activity secretly, and they must get the substance from drug dealers. And here lies the problem, one of the big issues why it should be legalized. These drug dealers aren't held to any standards or regulation, so they're free to lace it with cocaine, LSD, anything that can make the marijuana they're selling addictive and get their clients to keep coming back for more. By doing this, eventually you can wind up in the hospital, you could even die. That's why it needs to be legalized, because the substance would be regulated by the government and be 100% safe to use. Also, an example of a substance being completely banned to failure would be the Prohibition era back in the 1930s with alcohol. Back then, they banned alcohol for roughly 10 years, and it was a complete failure. You had bootleggers, you had people making moonshine in their basement, you had the secret bars. If you knew where to go, you could get alcohol, and the only thing the government had to do was just waste money trying to combat it, which, of course, they failed because they repealed Prohibition. Sound familiar? It kind of sounds like what we're doing with marijuana right now. Now, so far I'm sure you're beginning to see the argument for legalization, but there's even further benefit to human life with legalization, and that's with the prison system. It's estimated that the government could save almost $8 billion per year in expenditure on enforcement of prohibition, with even bigger benefits across state if they didn't have to spend money to combat marijuana and spend money on the prison systems to hold these people behind bars. Furthermore, it would help countless people in jails across the country who are in there for non-violent marijuana-related crimes have their lives upended by it. A whopping 49.5% of all drug violation arrests are connected to marijuana, and half the population that is in prison for substance abuse is in prison for marijuana-related crimes. Think of the time and money, not to mention human lives, that could be saved for legalizing marijuana, and stop wasting money on the losing war on drugs campaign. You can see the money being wasted by having marijuana continue to be illegal, but what we haven't talked about is money that could be made for legalization. For example, the Colorado pot industry had sales grow 3% in 2018, and it's topped $6 billion since becoming legal in the state. This is money that can be spent on things such as education, healthcare, public service, and so much more. And it's money the states that don't have it legalized are missing out on. Instead, in these states, the money is going straight to the drug dealers who are free to control the market, sell harmful substances. There's drug-related crimes, there's, you name it, you got it. Now, as with all issues, there's bound to be some arguments against my position. Some arguments made about the legalization of marijuana vary from abuse to the drug and to be more available to young people. While these are true, a very close comparison to marijuana is, as I've talked about, is alcohol. However, almost any metric you pick would show that marijuana is safer than alcohol. So, if alcohol is legal and is more dangerous than marijuana, why shouldn't marijuana be legal? And for the argument that it would be more available to young people, it'd also be easier to regulate and keep people away from marijuana if the government was in control of it and selling it, instead of with drug dealers who, as you can see, are selling it no problem. To conclude, it is my belief that marijuana should be fully legalized due to the benefits it would have to the economy, to the prison system, and taking the substance out of the hands of drug dealers. And ask yourself, what if someone you know or yourself were to buy marijuana from a drug dealer and end up becoming addicted to the substance they laced it with, and end up in the hospital, you could die, and just have a lot of negative health side effects? You wouldn't want that to happen yourself, or you wouldn't want to see it happen to a loved one. And it is for this reason that I ask you to stand by legalization and take the time to write to your representative in the federal or state government and ask them to get behind it as well. If alcohol is legal, so should marijuana. Thank you.